Good morning, everyone. Nicole Blaine here from IAMS. We are going to give it a minute to get everybody on. Wait until 10. Everyone can hear me, right? Thank you, John. And you can see my screen, right? Perfect. Okay, it is officially 10 o'clock. Let's get going. Okay, good morning, everyone. I want to thank all of you for taking time out of your day to join us as we go over our newest, and to me, the most exciting addition to our fixed indexed annuity product line. My name is Nicole Blaine. I'm one of the annuity sales directors here at IAMS. This is the second presentation we have done on this accumulation annuity that you will find you must have in your portfolio to offer your client. American Life's new fixed indexed annuity is ultra competitive. The American Select Series with American Life and Security Corporations offers clients an unbeatable bonus and accumulation potential. The most important thing you're going to hear me say today is at the top right-hand corner of your slide, and that is our phone number, 800-255-5055. Today, we're going to go over some IAMS housekeeping items. Then we're going to get into the American Life American Select product. And we do have Natasha Dadlani from Soc Gen to discuss the Soc Gen index within this product. Our new producer builders are for those of you who are new to us at IAMS. These bonuses are available based on your production level in your first 180 days or 6 months of contracting with us. We have great levels that you can qualify at. And as you can see, inside each level are some great options for you. We've got incredible business building tools, personal perks for you, and even cash rewards available to you. If you'd like to know where you stand toward your new producer builder, or if you'd like to have a conversation about how to achieve the next level, please give us a call to talk to your sales director. This is a great conversation to be having. Next thing, moving on to our business builder program, we're going to go over our referred producer program. I can see a couple advisors on with us here today that have taken advantage of this program. Our business on the wholesale side of the industry is similar to yours in the field in that one of the best leads that we could ever obtain is a referral from one of our valued producers. This is why we want to make it worth your while to refer a producer to us. With that being said, when you refer a producer to us and they get contracted, we will cut you a $50 thank you check. This is to let you know how much we value you and your referral. Now, the real money comes in as your referral writes business. You will receive an override on that business. We cut these checks quarterly. Our ownership team, Steve Murray, Charles Hiring, and Curtis Hawk sign checks for thousands of dollars at a time, so it can be very lucrative for you. With that being said, if you can think of anyone that could benefit from doing business with IAMS, and you would be kind enough to refer them over to us, feel free to type their information into the question box, or you can email me at nicole@iamsinc.com, and I will do my best to get them recruited over to IAMS and to get you on your way to earning some referred producer dollars. Now, below is our marketing reimbursement program, which is one of the most popular programs that we offer. Rough numbers on this is every 100,000 of fixed index annuity premium, you get $100 in your marketing reimbursement account. Why this is so popular and lucrative for our advisors is we truly do consider this to be your money. So we don't cap your account. We don't tell you when you have to cash it out. We don't tell you who you have to use it with. All we ask is that you send us a receipt for the marketing expense that you have incurred, and we'll cut you a check hopefully that same day and get that out to you to help offset that cost. If you'd like to know how much is in your marketing reimbursement account or have a conversation about how to utilize it, give your sales director a call at our office. We'd love to speak to you about that. Next thing we are going to talk about is the back office support that we do offer here at IAMS. This slide is who IAMS is. This is the core of IAMS and how Charles Hiring founded us 36 years ago. We went to help the independent advisor work smarter, not harder. We're going to do this with great business building tools and resources. Of course, advanced case design assistance, life and annuity quotes, that we do have a 24-hour turnaround time guarantee to you. We're going to get you illustrations that you request within 24 hours of your request. And I'm going to be honest with you, in all reality, you're probably going to get it much, much quicker, usually within the hour. Now, if we are getting into some advanced case design, where we're bringing in possibly our RIA, possibly the life team, and maybe some other stuff, it may take the full 24 hours. Next thing we're going to talk about is the submission to commission support that we provide you, which is handled by our new business team. Amber Williams heads up the annuity side and Cindy Fry heads up the life side. They have fantastic teams there simply to help you get commissioned quicker. We scrub your applications, submit them on your behalf, and we do all the administrative tracking on them. We're going to get you updates on the case and any outstanding requirements. We do this to ensure that you can get commissioned as quickly as feasibly possible. There are no fees for this service that we provide. It's just a part of our service model. We also have top sales expertise and coaching. We do have great sales expertise here internally on our staff. A lot of experience on our sales desk on both the life and annuity side. And we also have external coaches to help you become an expert in the field. And then there's our paperless contracting system. We are on the SuranceBlade platform, and we can get you appointed with the majority of our carriers there. Firelight EAPS. This is a single sign-on at IAMSinc.com. This is the future of our business. Most of our carriers are on the EAP platform, and we are adding carriers every day. It's COVID friendly, and some of our carriers are going to EAP only for some of their product lines. Some carriers will also offer extra comp for utilizing the EAP platform. Make sure you ask your sales director before you submit a paper app if you could earn more by doing an EAP. If you haven't tried to utilize this way of conducting business, we are happy to assist you in getting started. Here are the carriers that we do have available currently and the ones that we are in the process of adding to the platform. Our Creative Marketing Solutions is another one of our services that we do provide to you. With that, I am going to launch my first poll question. Would you like a comprehensive marketing analysis done by our creative marketing team? I would appreciate all of your participation in this poll. Go ahead and answer yes if you're interested, no if you're not. But as I mentioned a little earlier, we do have a full in-house creative marketing team that can help you with your practice. We have a lot of items that are turnkey and available for you. We can simply impose your contact information and your business logo onto any marketing material you might want and have it ready for you to utilize within a couple of days. Speaking of this, I am going to get ready to close out this poll question. Looks like most of you have participated. Speaking of your logos, agency solutions are something that we are very good at, and something that if you haven't already created a full customized brand for you and your agency, I would tell you to do so. This is going to help you with name recognition. It's going to help you grow your natural market very organically, and we can help you with that. We can get your logo design, get it imposed on business cards, brochures, and stationery. And then the next thing we're going to talk about is our digital marketing solutions, which is what everybody is currently looking for. We can help you with websites, social media marketing, email marketing, most everything on here we will happily assist you with. If anything I have said here is of interest to you, give your sales director a call when this webinar concludes and talk to them about how you can access IAMS Creative, and we can certainly get the ball rolling for you. Next slide, we are going to go over, I've mentioned our website several times, www.iamsinc.com. If you have not registered for our website, I would highly encourage you to do so. It is a single sign-on once you get registered. And when we get off this call, go ahead and create an account. We'd love to see you there. There are a lot of great tools available to you, illustration tools, forms online, product grids, and product news, as well as industry updates are out there for you. Our Retirement Analyzer software program. This is a holistic analysis software that helps clients understand where they are with their current financial situation as compared to where they want to be. It's a great closing tool for you as well. It will show your clients in a very easy to understand format how much closer they will be to their goals because of implementing your products and strategies. Marcus Solar and David Corwin can get you signed up for a 30-day free trial if you would like to take a closer look at what this software can do for you. IAMS Wealth Management. This is one of my favorite topics. With that, I am going to launch my next poll question. Would you like more information on wealth management? If you click yes, you will receive an automated email and receive a call from Duncan Smith within our office. And they are going to go over what they can do for you. We founded IAMS Wealth about 3 years ago. What we've done now is grown this division of IAMS very organically. We've helped advisors become IARs, and pass the 65 at a very successful clip. Once you've registered, we will bring great value to your practice with an incredibly competitive fee structure for both you and your clientele. We have great technology and great investment platforms. This has been a major growth sector in our business, and assets under management could be a great growth sector for your business as well. I do like to use the example of annuity suitability when I talk about IAMS Wealth. We all know how annuity suitability will only allow 50% of a client's net worth to go into an annuity for most carriers. So if you have a client that has $500,000, but that is their net worth, the annuity is only going to take $250,000 of it. What's going to happen to the other $250,000? Well, they're going to go to an Edward Jones or a Charles Schwab to get it invested. If you have your IAR, you are a full service agency. You can assist them with all of their finances. And with that being said, it is definitely worth having a talk with Duncan about what you need to do to get your 65. It's not as difficult as you might think. Close out this poll question. Hope everyone has voted. Next thing we're going to go over is our Top Producer Summit, which the qualification period began 12/1 of 2020. goes through June 30th of 2022. It takes 4.5 million points to qualify. This is going to be the most exquisite trip that IAMS has ever offered. We are going to be cruising to Rome, Capri, Sicily. We're going to go to Greece, Montenegro, Croatia, and then we're going to close out in Venice, Italy. If you would like to have a discussion about how to qualify for this cruise, please contact your sales director, any of us here at IAMS, and we can get you going. Next thing we're going to talk about is our Life and Annuity Academy. There is word that we will be having 2 of these this fall. These are a great 2.5-day opportunity for agents active in the life and annuity markets looking for ways to increase their sales. We do bring in some of our top sales producers. We have it at a carrier's office, so you will get some carrier-specific information. We're going to have wealth transfer tools, advanced annuity sales concepts, sales software tools they're going to go over, etc. This is a great opportunity. Look for information in the upcoming weeks about our next academy. And the last thing I'm going to go over is our Facebook and LinkedIn. We put a lot of great stuff on our social media platforms, so go out there and give us a like on Facebook or connect with us on LinkedIn. Okay, so let's get to the meat and potatoes of this presentation. Chris, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Perfect. Are you able to hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine.
And I got the slides up, right?
You do.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to jump right in. So my name is Chris Bartok, and I'm with a company called Innovation Design Group. We're in the business of product development, and we work with a number of different insurance companies to build limited distribution products for sort of select partners like IAMS. And today we're going to talk about American Life, and particularly the American Select, which is a series of fixed index annuity. And before we really get into the product, I did want to spend just a second on the company itself, because for some of you it will be a new name in the insurance space, but I think American Life has a really great story, as a carrier. With the kind of the charts, the numbers on this page are all talking about financial strength. We can talk more about that, but American Life is B++ AM Best, and so from a financial strength point of view, they sit really strongly. In terms of like capital metrics, risk-based capital, percentage of investment graded investments, solvency ratio, which is the one there on the right there. They're really as good or better than any of their other peers, and especially peers that are in the A- rated range. So from a financial strength point of view, I think they're as strong as anybody else that's out there. What's really unique about American Life is kind of their efficiency and their approach to the market. So unlike a lot of other insurance companies, American Life does not have a large legacy block of business. They don't have outdated operations. They're really kind of a blank slate that was started just a couple years ago. And really designed to be an ultra efficient life and annuity carrier in the U.S. Started by a couple, founders that really have a background in the technology business and are viewing American Life as kind of the first, cloud-based digital-only insurance company, where they see an opportunity to sort of take the traditional insurance space but do it in a lot more efficient way. The other thing that's kind of unique about American Life is sort of the way that they invest and the way that they partner with capital providers. So American Life kind of has a unique structure where they will face multiple different reinsurers on the business that they produce, and really try to be sort of a capital light or balance sheet light business. And really that's all around, getting the most competitive product for you and getting the most competitive product for your clients. Because they have that ability to kind of go to different reinsurers, and when one reinsurer, wants premium and another doesn't, they have an ability to kind of be more consistently competitive than a lot of other carriers. And again, I think you're going to see that when we get into the product, that, their efficiency and their approach to the marketplace really does push through to consumer value. There's a number of great marketing pieces about American Life and the company. So after this call, definitely reach out to your sales consultant. They'll be able to get you all this information in terms of talking about the company story, talking about the financial strength, talking about their business model. There's a number of great resources for you to learn about them. So with that, we're going to get right into the product details. The American Select series is a set of 3 different fixed index annuities that are offered by American Life. And at a high level, these are really designed to be simple, clean accumulation products. We're not going to be talking about any income riders or any death benefit riders. These are 3 products that are built for accumulation, built to be very easy to understand, but also offer very, very competitive growth options to your client. And so I'll go past this page in a second here, but there are 3 different products in the American Select series. So there's the base, the bonus, and the bonus plus. And I'll show some more details on further slides, but this grid here on the left does give you a pretty quick overview of all of them. And at a high level, the base product is a no bonus product, which is designed for maximum accumulation. So it is no bonus, no fee, and you'll see that in a second here, it is the highest credited rates. The bonus version of the product is a bonus version without a fee, and we'll get into those rates in a second. And then the bonus plus has the highest premium bonus. That's the one that can be up to 16% upfront with a 3% deferred bonus. And it does have a fee in the contract, but in exchange for that, you get the highest bonus. Just to go through a couple details on the right here, which are common to all the products, every product in the series. Each one issues up to age 85. We do have a comp reduction at the older ages, but there is no second reduction for 81 to 85. So especially in those very older ages, that 81 to 85 range, we see it being very competitive there. All 3 products have a 10-year surrender charge schedule, and there's no state variations on that. It's 10 years no matter where you sell it. Minimum maximums are pretty normal, so it's 20,000 minimum, $1 million max. And these are true single premium products. So there's no flexible premium. You fund it, either with a single deposit or if you have multiple transfers, they can take that and it will just issue when the last funds arrive. There's no annual fees in the product except for the bonus plus version, which we'll talk more about that, but the other 2 versions have no fees. And the death benefit is a simple, full account value at death or the minimum guaranteed cash value if that would be greater. I want to talk a second about liquidity. So one of the best features in the base product, so the non-bonus version of American Select, is the liquidity in the product. So American Select base has 10% free withdrawals, and that's 10% beginning in the first year. So from the day that you sell the contract, the client has access to 10% of their money day 1, and then can take that 10%, every year after that. All of the products in the series are also RMD friendly. So to the extent you ever have an RMD that's greater than that free amount, that's available. I've also got the surrender charge schedule up on the screen here. And I show this to really just highlight that it's really one of the most customer friendly surrender charges out in the market today. If you think about other competitive accumulation products, depending on what state you're in, it might be a 10, it might be a 12, it might be a 14% surrender charge in that first year. American Select, no matter what state you're in, it's going to be 9% first year. So if your client's needs do change and they need access to their money, partway through the surrender charge period, you've got a lot lighter penalty to pay on that than really any other strong accumulation product, again, especially in a lot of states. So with that, I want to get into the actual kind of rates and features of the 3 different products. And like I mentioned, there are 3 different products: the base, the bonus, and the bonus plus. And what I've got up here on the screen is the 2 versions that we've seen being most popular recently, which are the bonus and the bonus plus versions. And the products work very similarly. It's just slightly different features between the 2. So if you select the American Select bonus, that's the first column there, that product credits a 10% premium bonus up to age 74, and then that steps down to 7% at the older ages. That product has no fees, no charges, and if you select the bonus product, the liquidity on that one is 5% beginning in year 2. So great upfront premium bonus, 10%, super, super competitive, no fee for that bonus, and it's just a little bit less at the older ages. The second bonus version of the American Select series is called the Bonus Plus. And this is the one that's a little bit more loaded up, but really provides that maximum upfront premium bonus. So if the bonus plus is selected, it's a 16% upfront premium bonus for the younger ages. And then if you're if you're age 75 or older, that's a 13% premium bonus. So really, really competitive, kind of whether you're older or younger, that's a 16% guaranteed return credited day one. On top of that, if the client doesn't need access to their money, so if they don't take any withdrawals from the contract other than RMDs, there's an additional 3% bonus credited at the end of the surrender charge period. So if the client holds the contract and doesn't take anything other than RMDs out, there's an additional 3% bonus, and that 3% is 3% of the account value at the end of year 10. So it's a true bonus credit at the end of the period that's contractually guaranteed. Again, as long as the client doesn't take withdrawals, they get that 3%. The bonus plus product does also have higher liquidity. So instead of a 5% free withdrawal, it provides 10% free withdrawals. And the only other thing with the bonus plus is that it does have a charge. So it isn't, it's an optional set of the product, but if somebody wants that extra bonus and extra liquidity and extra persistency bonus, for those three features, there is a charge of 80 basis points. That's taken annually, and that's only taken during the surrender charge period. So after the 10-year surrender charge period, that charge goes away if the customer wants to stay in the contract. The one thing I do want to note here and make really clear is that the bonuses on American Select are not vested at death. So that is a difference from a couple other products. So if the client dies, 5 years through the contract, they're only going to receive the vested portion of the premium bonus. So in that case, they would get half of the premium bonus because they're halfway through the contract. So that is the one thing to be aware of. But what that allows American Life to do is to be so much more competitive. And that's how they're able to get to kind of that 19% all-in bonus number, is by making it not available at death, but you do get the full vested amount. This slide here is going to talk about the actual crediting rate and accumulation options in the product. So these are the current rates on the product. And what you're going to see here is that there's actually just two sets of rates. So there are three products here, but the rates, the credited rates on the bonus and the bonus plus version are the same. And so the only difference between those two are on this page. So, in bonus plus, you get the higher bonus with a fee. With bonus, you get no fee and a little bit lower bonus. But from there, you actually have the same credited rates. So if you take the base product, which is the select column there, that's going to be your sort of highest just pure growth potential. So there we have a 4.5% S&P cap, 28% par rate. And then on the alternative indexes, which we'll talk more about, it's 100% annual reset on the MARC 5. And then on the 2-year Soc Gen guidance index, which you'll hear a little bit more about from Soc Gen, that's an 80% participation rate on a 2-year. And again, you'll see in a second, those are really, really strong growth options. If you take the bonus or bonus plus version, in exchange for that high upfront premium bonus, the customer still gets great accumulation options. It's just a little bit less. So, 3.5% S&P cap, and then kind of 50 to 55% on the two volatility control indexes. I mentioned, the two indexes on the previous page, and I want to give just a little bit of perspective on those. So the first one is called the S&P MARC 5 index. And for some of you, that might be an index you've seen before, because it is an index that's used across multiple different products in the fixed index annuity space. So American Life uses it, but it's also available on some competitor products. And the reason why we like it and why it's been popular is it's pretty simple and it's had good performance, is really the simple story here. So the MARC 5 index itself is just a simple risk blend of stocks, bonds, and commodities. And all three elements are really, simple kind of newspaper style assets. So the stocks are the S&P 500, the commodities is a gold futures index, and bonds are tracking the S&P 10-year Treasury futures index. Like I mentioned, this index has been live for a while. It actually went live in 2017, and it has delivered some really good performance to clients. It was up over 13% in 2019, was up around 8% last year. So it's not just a back-tested index. It's something that's delivered real returns in the real world. And American Life is really competitive, with that 100% annual reset participation rate. The other index that's in the product is called the Janus SG Guidance Index with Value Lock. And I won't talk very much about it. What I really like about this index and why I think it's such a great complement and such a great story in the product is that this is a pure equity index. most of the indexes that are used in fixed index annuities have a bond component to them, including the MARC 5 index that I just showed. We've definitely talked to a lot of producers and a lot of their clients that have concerns around, inflation and rising interest rates, and what is that going to do to the bond components of these indexes? And I think it's at least a valid question to ask. So what I really like about the Janus index is that it is a pure equity strategy. It's only based on stocks, and I think that makes it so complementary and really delivers a different kind of performance. But I'm not going to talk any more about it because we are lucky today to have Natasha Dadlani on. She's part of Soc Gen. So Soc Gen, or SG, is the investment bank that American Life partnered with on this index. It is exclusive on this product. And Natasha leads up the insurance practice for Soc Gen and is really an expert on kind of hedging and derivatives, indexes, and sort of all things related to that. So with that, I will pass it over to Natasha to give you a little bit more perspective on the guidance index and sort of how it works and what drives the performance of it.
Thanks so much, Chris, and very excited to be speaking with all of you today. I am going to give you a little bit of background on, what the philosophy behind this index really is. So the Janus SG Guidance Value Lock Index is the first of its kind equity-only strategy that aims to provide true equity-like returns on a stock basket that outperforms the benchmark. And in essence, we aim to deliver that in an affordable wrapper that allows American Life to offer higher participation rates. So for example, Chris just showed you a slide where S&P crediting par rate was somewhere around 28%, but for our index, it's 80%, even though we're an equity-only similar type of index to S&P. So at the core of the strategy is the belief that companies that provide earnings guidance are choosing to be more transparent with the market and are therefore rewarded for this transparency. So historically, companies that have provided earnings guidance have outperformed their peers, and this is known as the guidance effect. So we start with the 500 large cap US companies and filter for those companies that have provided earnings guidance over the last 6 months. So to give you an idea, this basket of stocks has outperformed the S&P 500 by over 1.5% per annum since 2003. So it's great. The guidance effect has shown to historically outperform the benchmark. However, it's very important how we deliver this outperformance to you. So we apply very uniquely a 12.5% vol control overlay, which allows for true equity-like performance to flow down. This is the key differentiating factor. So like I said, this stock basket is a subset of the S&P 500. So it's equity only. And in fact, like we said, this basket outperforms the S&P. So to ensure that that outperformance flows down after a volatility control is applied, we needed to ensure we had a true equity-like volatility control applied to it. So to give you an idea, the S&P has a long-term average vol of about 16. As you know, most FIA indices that are out there have a 5% vol control applied to it. If I applied a 5% vol control to this basket, it would no longer perform like equities, and I'd be basically taking out all that outperformance. So that's why it was very important that we applied a true equity-like volatility control of 12.5% to this. So far, so good. We have a great stock picking mechanism that outperforms the S&P. We have a true equity-like volatility applied to pass along that outperformance. However, we know that S&P options are really expensive because they have this high volatility. So as we showed you, S&P par rates are very low, sub, in the 20 to 30% range. So we had to innovate and find a way that we ensure that we wrap this great 12.5% vol target index into a wrapper that's affordable, where American Life can offer higher than normal participation rates on equity-only strategies. So we apply a monthly performance control mechanism where we cap the upside performance at 2.5% for every month. And if triggered, that it locks in the performance for that month. So once the performance is locked at 2.5%, the index can no longer move up or down for that month. This is a truly valuable feature. So I'll give you an example. in 2020, one of the most volatile years in equity markets, this index locked in returns of 2.5% for the month 7 different times. And in 3 of those months, S&P had worse performance than guidance value lock. That means the lock mechanism saved you or added value in those months. In 2021, we've already locked in the 2.5% monthly return twice. So in summary, the index is actually quite simple. We start with step 1, a fundamental stock picking mechanism that starts with the S&P 500, but then selects only the ones that provided earnings guidance and that were transparent with their investors. We then apply a high volatility control target of 12.5% to preserve the equity-like returns. And then we apply a 2.5% monthly capping mechanism that locks you in if that cap is obtained within the index itself, which is very valuable at times and is also allowing American Life to offer you true equity-like returns with good participation rates because it's an affordable wrapper. So with that, I'll turn it back over to Chris. Our website for the index is right there on the screen for you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.
Awesome. We'll get back going here. And Nicole, if you get a second, can you share me back on my screen?
Yep.
Perfect. Thanks, Natasha. And yeah, as you're sort of diving into the index, if you ever have any questions, definitely do feel to reach out. We try to give you the high level view on a thing like today, but if you ever have sort of really detailed questions, work with your IAMS team member and, they have access to us and Soc Gen, and we can really answer any detailed questions that you have. Kind of fly through the rest of the product, be efficient with your time here, just to give you a little sense of perspective on what the growth potential in the American Select product is. What I've got on the screen here is a snapshot from the illustration. And this is just showing sort of a simple 50-50 blend of the MARC 5 index and the Janus index that you just heard about. And showing, if the customer was allocated 50-50, what is kind of that range of historical returns? Take current rates, run them backwards, and what really would have happened. And again, you see really, really strong performance. Kind of your worst period in the recent history would be about a 5.5% return. Over the last 10 years, it would have been 8, and your kind of best 10 years would be a little bit north of 8. So very strong return potential in an FIA. We do see many people sort of choosing to blend in this product and take advantage of the multiple options, but you've got a great set, whether it's the traditional S&P or it's the the volatility control. With that, I'm going to give you just a couple slides on competitive positioning. I think the American Life and the American Select story really stands alone, especially on the bonus side. I think that's where they're really leaning in from a pricing point of view and just offering you a level of benefits that's not in the market. And first, if you look at the American Select Bonus Plus, so that's the higher premium bonus with the fee. Today that's really the best premium bonus that you can get in the market, especially if you consider that persistency bonus. If the customer only needs to take RMDs, here you can get a 16% upfront bonus plus that 3% deferred bonus, and that's only for an 80 basis points fee. The next best thing that you could get in the market would be the Athene Performance Elite. That does have a 17% upfront premium bonus, but it is a higher fee. It is a 95 basis points charge. And it is also a 15-year surrender period. So the customer's money is tied up for 5 years longer. So on an apples to apples basis, it's really a different product category and has a lot less liquidity. So from a pure premium bonus, we think that bonus plus version is really the best option that you can get in the market. And again, especially if you compare it to other 10-year surrender charge products, there's nothing that's really even close to that. Your next best 10-year product would really have a bonus kind of in that 6 to 8% range. We also think that from a no fee premium bonus, if you're just looking at the sort of non-fee version of American Select, so the American Select bonus, that today credits a 10% premium bonus. And again, we think that's as strong as premium bonuses you can get in the market. Your only other option that would be 1% higher is, again, the 15-year product from Athene. But again, that's a 15-year surrender charge product that's not available in many states. So if you're looking for sort of a simple, clean, 10-year chassis with a bonus without a fee, that 10% that you get on American Select with no fee, and then great growth options in the product. That's been a really popular with a number of producers, and it's just a great story to offer that level of guaranteed upfront return with no fee and great accumulation options along the way. I'm going to close with just a couple things on operations, just to get you teed up on sort of how to get going with American Life, and a couple other more operational pieces. American Life is still currently sort of a limited state footprint carrier. Like I mentioned, part of their story and part of what makes them so strong is sort of the efficiency and the blank slate that they started with. That does come with the sort of a state expansion product. So right now we're currently available in 17 different states, and you see the highlighted one on the map here, or the list on the left. For people that are in other states, or you're sort of wondering when the product will become available there, American Life is doing an aggressive state expansion project. So they're going sort of individually to each state, meeting with the Department of Insurance, doing the due diligence to get appointed in those states. But that does take time, and the pandemic last year kind of slowed down obviously all those in-person meetings. So wouldn't really set specific dates on any future states being available. But with the 17 states we have, we really do have a pretty good state footprint, and cover a lot of, hopefully cover a lot of the people on the phone. American Life, again, has a really great website. So it's american-life.com. Once you kind of get contracted, definitely encourage you to check that out. Has all the information in terms of the company story, marketing materials on the product, the illustration software, and then that's also your portal for sort of any sort of existing or new business needs. I definitely also would encourage you to reach out to IAMS and have an illustration run for you. They have access to the software today, and can get you appointed to run them yourself too. A really nice illustration software, very kind of modern looking, very nice client output. And again, especially in terms of explaining the accumulation potential in the product, I think it's the best tool that we have, and really is a great, whether it's for your own use or that you actually want to present to your client, I think it does a really good job of demonstrating the product. To get appointed to sell, it's kind of a normal process. So, it's product training is through Reg Ed. So if you haven't taken the product training for American Select, the Reg Ed code for that is ALF10. You can go ahead and do that today. American Life, you heard Nicole talk about this at the top. They are on Firelight and really do encourage e-application. It's part of what makes them efficient, is being able to do business electronically, being able to do business with sort of as few as manual touches as possible. That decreases errors, increases efficiency, and ultimately pushes more value to you and to your client. So we definitely encourage Firelight, and definitely think that's the way to work with them. As you do have questions, you're welcome to reach out to the American Life team. There's kind of some email boxes and phone numbers there, but we'd also encourage you to work with IAMS directly. They have a great relationship in kind of direct connectivity to the American Life team. So as you have any questions or any service issues, I would definitely encourage you to work with your team there, and they can definitely get things sorted. So that kind of wraps me up on the product. Just click through a couple disclosures here. I'll just close with saying I really appreciate everyone's time today. This is a product and a carrier that we're very excited about. We think it really fits a spot in terms of clean, bonus accumulation that a lot of customers are demanding today. So hopefully you found it interesting, and really see some opportunity for you in your practice.
Thanks so much, Chris. And with that, guys, I am going to launch my last poll question, make myself the presenter. Would you like more information on this product? I will be following up with you all after this webinar, but I do have a nice package put together containing all of the product information, as well as some sample illustrations for you to look at. I would highly encourage you to answer the poll question, but I will follow up with each of you at the conclusion of the webinar to answer any questions you might have. This is a new product, like I said, within the IAMS fixed indexed annuity product line. We'd love to get you contracted and get you writing some business with them. I appreciate all of you taking the time out of your day to join me today. Looks like I have 100% participation, so I'm going to close out this poll and our webinar for today. and I will be in touch with all of you soon. Hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend. Thank you.